Previously on Survivor, 16 Ohio State students began the adventure of a lifetime as Season 4 of Survivor Time and Change began. At the challenge, Max lost the 1-minute time advantage for the E02 tribe. However, Haley's poor performance on the Tangram puzzle led to a dominant E02 victory. On E02, at an accidental 6-person meeting, Max was brought up as the possible early target due to his underwhelming challenge performance. On Kauai, Haley was in danger of going home because of her puzzle difficulties, but her scrambling paid off, and in the end, Kim's isolation from the rest of the tribe led to her being the first person voted out of Season 4. 15 are left, who will be voted out tonight.
Vote went as planned. My name was in there from Kim, as everyone had told me she was voting. The tribe seems pretty unified at this point, which is a really good thing because no one had second thoughts. So at this point, I'm really confident in everything.
I did not feel good coming into tribal at all. I was getting really weird vibes from everybody. Like, for example, me and Sam met today, but then Sam didn't text me back, and then I was like, holy fuck, Sam is voting me out. So I was freaking out the entire time during tribal, but my name wasn't written down once. Everybody stuck to the plan, including Kim, which is really sad and really heartbreaking. I feel really bad. I feel like she really wasn't expecting it.
At least I know I could trust everybody. And yeah, I feel bad for Kim, but we always had to choose someone. I liked her, especially today. She sounded really nice, but yeah, we always had to follow with our gut, and we think that she probably would not have been very good in the long run.
I was confident about my plan. Obviously, there's always hesitation just because one person can completely change the whole game. But all the people that I was working with led me on to believe that they were voting for Kim as well.
Hopefully we can get it together and win next week so that we don't have to do this again. It's very stressful. I didn't like it.
Really excited. I'm kind of glad we got this over with to begin with, which is kind of weird, but I think it made us a lot stronger, and I think we're ready to win.
I think we're in a better position as a tribe unity physically going forward for challenges. But going forward from here, the tough part is we all voted for Kim, so where's the divisions in the tribe? And who can I actually trust? I gotta do some digging, so.
Right now, I feel like we got to get something solidified. I agree, probably before the next challenge,
right.
Just so we can kind of
in case we lose,
just in
we
case,
have a plan.
exactly, we have a plan.
Right.
So who would you want? Who else would you add to the 3? Because we're not enough for a majority.
I could see Cam as being good.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe Zandy.
Zandy, yeah.
I could see her, but I mean, I like all of them, so it's it's hard to pick someone.
So Richard and I meet up with Max, and Richard's I kind of let Richard do the talking, because I was thinking we don't know where Max's head's at, so I don't want to put a bigger target on my back by saying some shit that is going to come back to bite me in the ass. So Max says he hasn't talked to anyone yet. I believe him, because I don't think anyone else wanted to talk to him in the first place.
Dude, how about Zane though, dude? That dude is crazy.
He's kind of like a free agent.
Yeah.
I feel like.
which also could be bad and could be good. Like, we could pull them in for one and then cut them loose.
I honestly think, though, if there's anyone who's gonna like try to put themselves as like a leader of this tribe, it's gonna be Morgan.
Oh no, yeah, no, I think exactly the same thing. So, like,
I think that's like the general consensus.
Yeah. So, like, I would say, like, you know, like, keep that in the back of our minds for sure, because I feel like she definitely would flip on our group.
Oh yeah.
If given the opportunity.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
You think she would?
I mean, possibly. Like, the only thing is here is you got to think with these like leader types. If they're not the one in charge, they're gonna go somewhere where they're gonna be in charge.
Right.
That's true.
That's true. And I was getting a lot of like, okay, we're gonna do it this way, her way. And like, I didn't have a problem with that because we ended up winning. But like, if we didn't win, then maybe it would be her head on the chopping block.
Definitely think that this is a great group of people, and I think we'll be able to go really far together. I think I can really trust Tanner and Richard. And yeah, I think this will be a great group, and I'm excited to see how this goes.
We just had a talk with Max, because I don't want it to be based on the challenge.
Okay, it is so... Okay, is this... I'm closing this door.
Like, straight up, I don't want
Yo,
it to
it's
be
just straight dumb to vote somebody out because of a challenge. Because, like, first off, who the hell cares?
Exactly.
Challenges are a crapshoot anyway.
Exactly.
And, like, if you, like, oh my god, these people are so dumb, like, wanting to vote out Max because of a challenge. I grabbed Max literally from a 7-1 vote out of the bottom, put him next to me, and now he's mine. And eventually, I'm going to let him know that every single person but myself was willing to take him out of this game.
Okay. We got... So Max wants to work
Okay, he's the only person... Yeah, Cam, 4.
And us 4. Okay. Morgan's a wild card. I honestly don't know if
I agree, and that's why I say...
I got a good vibe from her first, but now I don't know.
The thing is I'm fine with being in alliance with somebody who's super strategic. I feel like we're super strategic.
Yeah, no.
But like, I don't want to be on a tribe with somebody super strategic and not willing to work with me.
Exactly. Like, we're both strategic, but like, I think when we both talked the first time, we agreed that we got like a good vibe from each other.
Oh, yeah.
I did not get a good vibe from Morgan when we talked, and like, but I did get the vibe that she is trying to like do something like in the game that's like, you know, she's definitely in it to get rid of the big players. I feel like.
Oh yeah,
like
she says she watches the Survivor, so obviously I feel like right now she's playing as more of a fan and not a player.
We were talking about how, well, at our group meeting, we had talked about voting out Max.
Mm-hmm.
But
just because it was a consensus,
right?
We understood that someone needs to go first, and it was an easy name to pick because he lost his section.
Yeah,
I don't know. Which, in like the grand scheme of the whole challenge, it didn't matter. The minute that we lost was irrelevant.
Yeah.
So that brings us to our next point of we don't like Zane.
I'm unsure about him. He's kind of a wild card. Like, granted, it's very early in the game, but sometimes you just know. I'm gonna trust my gut on this one and just have him in the back of my mind.
Well, he was not really paying attention to us. He was paying more attention to the other team.
And that doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it matters. It's an impression thing. And
and I remember when we were in the group, I don't remember who it was. They were like, yeah, Zane was like very aggressive about pointing out Max.
So I'm on board with voting out Zane if it comes to it. Hopefully we can get everyone to see eye to eye. I think if we keep winning, it's good to keep people who are helping us win and like that are assets to the team. We need a majority. We need people who are going to stick with us. So it's just a two-way, it's a balancing act, two-way street kind of thing.
Yeah.
We've been talking about some people that have sketched us out, namely
like Morgan. So I think just still like going off of that, would you like at any point be willing to like what at what point are you comfortable with voting her out? Like if we lose?
Sooner rather than later, but not first.
Not first. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that. So like Zane would be probably the easier first vote.
Zane's also a wild card, so then
Which is not good, yeah.
Yeah, so if we get people, like, I think Max would be more consistent.
Oh, Max would 100% be more consistent.
I think we should, if we're going to do anything about that, we should wait until Zane's out.
Okay, yeah, and I'm fine with that. Like, you know, as long as like that's what you want to do.
Oh, I feel bad. I don't want to be like the ringmaster.
No. Listen, like we're all in this together.
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure like we're good like on this first one because this could be like something that lasts all the way to like the end, which is like cool.
I'm feeling really good after the last few days, especially after my meeting with Richard. I actually feel really good after my meeting with Morgan too. I still don't. After the meeting, I feel like she's probably more trustworthy. Like I don't think she's gonna lie to my face. But we will just. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and see. I don't really know. I feel like I'm gonna be a power player, and I'm kind of excited about it. I think me and Richard are probably gonna be good allies for the rest of the game, because I think we just get along really well. He's a cool dude, and I think I really like Cam, and I want to make sure that we're, on the same side of things. But I feel like I need to make more connections with people, but I'm scared to, just because I don't want to seem sketchy reaching out to too many people.
Max meeting, so that went pretty well. So we just kind of met up for a little bit. We talked kind of where his head was at, because he had only reached out to us. I don't think he's reached out to anybody else, which is good for us and our group here. Mm-hmm. Because that means that he's just kind of
we know that
he's with us and nobody
else.
else. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But also I kind of in the big meeting with everybody, I had heard Morgan say I guess maybe Zandy had reached out to her as well, but when Zandy had talked to me, it didn't sound like she wanted to work with Morgan.
I don't know if they ended up meeting or not, but she did. We did kind of talk about she doesn't really I think we're kind of in the same place where we want the numbers to start with, but Morgan's definitely one we're gonna want to watch.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she said to me. She said if the numbers are there for Morgan, she'd be fine with doing that, because it seemed like she was eventually that's somebody that's gonna go. Yeah. But she'd said Zane maybe is a first person to go.
Yeah, I feel like that's the big discussion we need to have is especially after you guys meeting with Max, whether you think which one.
I think right now Max is kind of all in with us, and he seems like he genuinely wants to play, which I think did you also get that vibe?
Yeah, he seemed like he wanted to play, and he wanted to be with us, and he brought up he wanted to work with you too.
Okay, so us four, he was thinking
it's a main four.
Okay.
And we can have Sandy too. That would be a good 5.
Yeah.
But yes, I think moving forward, if we do lose, we're gonna vote out Jordan.
Yes.
At least that's the plan, just because he so clearly wants to take out Haley, and so we could easily grab Haley on our side. Literally, this is how it's worked so far. Is Haley, number one, thought she was going out, so needed to panic and find people. She found us, and now this time around, she's gonna have to panic again because Jordan
Yeah, Jordan keeps telling her that she's a target. And
which is why would he do that? That just pushes her to us.
Yeah, and he has no clue about us too, so it's just great. He thinks he's got the majority, so I guess he probably thinks that he's pushing people into just a minority spot. But
it would be really funny to see how dumbfounded he would be if we blindside him.
I know.
It's gonna be unreal.
It is.
So moving forward, we take Haley in. So it'd be Haley, you, Emily, myself. That's 4 out of the 7.
Majority, yeah.
All we got to do is either A, draw in Noah if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, then sorry, see you, man.
Okay, see you.
But if he wants to be in, then we got a 5-2, and we can take out Megan really easy.
Yep.
Come on in, guys. All right, Itoido, getting your first look at the new poo I tried. Kimberly voted out at the last tribal council. All right, I want to start with Itoido. Any reactions to seeing that Kimberly is the first person voted off?
Surprise.
Surprised? Why so?
Just by the last challenge.
You got it. You should have thought I was going to vote out. I thought it was me, but don't worry. I'm sure there's a reason.
Cryptic, I like it. Well, are you guys ready to get to your second community challenge? Yeah. All right, before we start, first things first, Morgan, I'm gonna need it back. Thank you very much. immunity back up for grabs. You guys will be playing to see who the second person voted out of this game is. Today, you will be competing as tribes in a challenge we call Hot Pursuit. As tribes, you will each have 2 fingers on a volleyball, starting on opposite ends of the volleyball court. On go, you will race to catch the other tribe, holding onto your volleyball with 2 fingers. If your volleyball drops, you must take the time penalty of stopping, getting your volleyball, and getting set up again before you can start. If you fall off of the volleyball, so if you get disconnected, you are out of the challenge. There is one twist, however. In my pocket, I have 1 idle clue for each tribe, right here. At any point during the challenge, you can volunteer to drop out and come and get this clue. However, you must make it known and clear you are getting the clue from me. Are there any questions? All right, let's get to it.
Like where the arms, like how hard that is.
I think we should go inside. We should go inside.
One behind, yeah.
We don't start off like slow, but we
Yeah.
definitely need to get
Fail
a handle.
fast.
We need to
Fail
get
fast. Just
a handle
see
on
if we
it
drop it, we
before
drop it.
we
We
start.
try if we
Like,
get-
Can we just
I'm probably going to be the first to drop, and I'm going to get the clue and we're going to check.
Okay, that works.
I also think we need to have a set person of who's gonna go get it.
All right, on my go. Survivors ready? Go! Victoria off to a quick start. Boy, not far behind.
Go on, quick start. To your left.
Both tribes going under. Emily is out. Ruai drops. Moito coming around the corner. Haley drops. Jordan drops. Sam drops. Noah drops. Ruai down to 2 members. Moito still going strong as a tribe.
Come on, guys!
You guys got this.
You guys got it. Good teamwork. Good teamwork. Go! Go!
Drop it for the clue.
Ruai wins the Okay, before I hand out immunity, Max, you called for the idle clue. You can come get your clue. The Itoido tribe. All right, second tribal immunity down. Huai, come get your immunity. Jordan getting the immunity idol. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Huai, congratulations on your first Tribal Immunity Challenge. Itoido, I'm sorry, I have nothing for you but a date with me at Tribal Council where one of you will be the second person voted out of this game. You guys, after this Tribal, you guys will be even in terms of numbers. Lots of season to come still, so with that, I'll let you get to it and enjoy your night. Have a good night, guys. Head on out.
This is one thing we did get, so yeah. Ready to read it?
If an advantage is in this game is what you seek, you should head to this location and take a peek. Get a step up in the game, playing field will no longer be the same. Near this building in the west, your game can become better than the rest.
I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to say that I feel safe because once you get comfortable, that's when you get voted out. But I plan on finding the idol tonight, or I'm at least going to try.
So it was cool that he like kept his promise and actually did, and we all read it together. So I feel like we're all on an equal playing field for that part. I'm gonna go look right after this.
At the end of the day, it's in my pocket, so it's good. Read it in front of the whole tribe, but as of right now, I don't have really any intentions on like sending the clue to the rest of the tribe. We read it once, so hopefully they remember it.
Hey, out here looking for the idol. Let me see the clue. Thanks.
I gave the clue to Richard because he was running ahead of me to try to catch up with the girls who he heard were looking for the idol, so he wanted to keep an eye on them.
Playing field will no longer be the same. You're this building in the west. It's near a building. Your game can be better than the rest. So I think
You think the towers?
It could be the towers.
One of us has to find it so
Now,
that
yeah.
Morgan or Aaron or Zane doesn't find it.
We're looking for the idol right now.
We're walking, we're
It's
heading
literally-
to West Campus. We lost the fucking challenge. Excuse
We're
my
getting the
language,
idol.
But we're pissed and we're gonna find the idol tonight.
Listen, Zane, all right, I need to tell you a couple things. I was gonna talk to Richard. You know, like Max reached out to me and Richard?
Yeah.
We were gonna talk.
Go ahead.
We were gonna talk about about what we're gonna do about Max. We went to the union.
Yeah.
And we went there, and for some reason Morgan and Aaron and Cam were there.
Morgan,
They were me.
Aaron, and Cam.
Yeah.
The girls.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Shocking.
And then Richard ran into Zandy on the road. So if you're keeping track now, this is everyone except you and Max. And we got together, and Max's name was tossed around. This happened by accident. This is only supposed to be a meeting with me and Richard. I promise you, I wouldn't lie to you. So Morgan was like, I don't like how Zane was acting during the challenge, how he was like calling out the other tribe.
Okay.
And so like, that's whatever.
I didn't know Morgan was trying to get me out. For BS reason. He said I was being mean to the other tribe at the first challenge. I was just bullying them a little bit.
All right, we're walking to West Campus. Where are we going?
So we're going to go to the stadium area first. Near the. Go ahead and flip the camera. Beautiful Ohio State. We're gonna go to the stadium.
The shoe, West Entrance, the shoe. All right, we'll
Go
see
Bucks.
you then. Go Bucks, bro.
So we are over by the towers on West Campus. Currently with Richard, and then we got Cam and Aaron right in front of us. We have looked near stairs by the RPAC. We've looked over closer to the parking lot.
Is that them there?
Bio. No, those are soccer players.
Okay, all right.
But right now we're just going closer to the stadium, just seeing what we can find.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll keep you updated. Nothing so far.
I just ran into Zane looking for the idols.
I searched all around Lincoln campus, all around those steps right over there. When I saw Aaron, Cameron, or Cam, and Morgan all looking together.
Okay.
They looked in the field and then they disappeared towards
the river.
Towards the Lincoln, towards the river. Morgan has said the two people she wants to eliminate. Apparently there was a meeting between it was just supposed to be between Richard and Tanner. And by chance, get me in there.
Yeah.
By chance, Tanner, Aaron, about everybody, even Zandy, I think. I'm not sure about it. We're all at the union, met up, and the two names that were floated around by eliminating were you and me. You because you messed up on the memorization challenge. Me because apparently I was rude to the other team and they find that weird.
I mean, it's a little disheartening to hear that 6 people met up on Friday without any of my knowledge at all.
Hi.
Still no luck.
I feel like I've looked everywhere.
Yeah.
We really wish we had the actual clue right now.
Yeah, we're kind of kicking ourselves for not taking a picture of it.
Yeah, but at least we all have it.
Yeah.
We're just nervous about Zane. That's him. That's him. That's Max.
Is that Max?
That's Max. And Zane just ran in front of him. Oh my God! Should we go run into him? Should we go run into him and try to get the clue again? I feel like yes. Do you want to? Why don't 2 of us go? He's there. That's him. Zane's running right there.
Okay,
I know.
here's the thing. Don't ask for the clue.
Here, you come with me. Someone come with me. All right, they're going to get Max. Because that's totally them.
I think what we need to do is we need to try to get the numbers to get Morgan out.
Yeah, I know. Because guess what? Right now it would be Richard, Tanner, me, you, and Zandy. That's 5. That's majority. That's majority.
We just need
all
5.
she has in her corner. Make sure you get me in there.
Yeah.
All she has in her corner right now for a fact is Cam and Aaron.
He's right in front of us, but we're trying to get to
We're
Max.
trying to get the clue again, so maybe we can. Wait, I think he sees me.
Zane?
Should I yell at him? Should I yell at him?
Max! Max! We just ran into, we met Richard and Morgan, and Max.
We're back together.
Back together, everyone.
The gang.
I'm down near, there's like a bus sort of turnaround or something down
That's
there.
where we just were.
Okay.
So we lived there.
I was looking down there. Zane's comes from the top. I'm just looking around. He says that Friday there was a 6-person meeting at the union that Zane and I were the 2 that were left out of. My name and his name came up to be the first person voted out. He said that you were the one who put my name up there because I screwed up on the memory thing in the first challenge.
So no, your name is definitely out there.
But
I'm gonna
Zane
be
was
honest with
putting
you.
it there.
But Zane was putting it there, and I can like.
He's saying that
you have every right to doubt me. Like,
no, I get it.
Like I completely understand that, but from that conversation, it was Zane. Like it was 100%. Zane's like, I want him out immediately.
He said that you want me and him to like butt heads, and that we should align. Like I'm sitting over there nodding my head. Yeah, of course, let's align. Let's show them. I don't trust his ass.
I don't trust him either.
I don't trust him at all.
So we need to find the idol. What
We
about
need to find
this
an
fucking
but
idol?
We need to all. This is 5 right here.
Zandy's with us too. Zandy is with us.
We need to just make
We need
this
to vote
a
her.
6-vote
Right now, yeah.
vote for Zane.
See, honestly, I was hoping it would be Zane Tanner and like us, but I don't trust him right now. I don't.
We need to find the idol.
Keep looking.
I'm sure you'll hear from us
It's
in like
almost
20
1 a.m.
minutes.
Dedication right here.
I could stay out here all night, baby.
So Zane's throwing my name around and throwing me under the bus, pretty much.
You're not going home, though. It's fine. I wouldn't.
I mean, I know it's going to be thrown around eventually. If it has to be thrown around in order to like get him out, I get it, but it makes me nervous. I know I'm not going home, but now that just makes me want to get Zane out even more.
All right, I just met up with Max while looking for the idol. We're by the shoe. I met him up at RPEC. He had given the clue to Richard, who said that Richard was keeping an eye on Aaron and Morgan and Cam. I said that I received the word from you, and that they said the 2 people who mentioned were kicking out were him and me. He fell for it and he believed it.
That is what happened.
Yeah, that is what happened. Zandy was there too?
Zandy was at the meeting, yeah.
Okay.
It was, dude, I'm telling you, it was everyone except
So
you and
he
Max.
told me, him and I both agreed that Morgan's the biggest threat right now.
Yeah.
And then he said, I told him that we need to appear, me and him, need to appear that we both hate each other or something. And
That's
then
good.
And then we want to get Morgan out.
Oh, so good.
So now what we have to do is we need to find the idol because I'm really scared that they actually found it.
Yeah, I am too.
Because they're quiet and they're gone, it looks like.
They're gone?
So we should probably search for another 15-20 minutes and then search up in the morning.
We're calling it a night.
Final time, 2:02 a.m.
Yeah, we lasted, I don't know, a solid 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Good for us. But we're just gonna call it a night, get fresh eyes, and get back at it in the morning, start our conversations, and get ready for tribal, because we've got a lot to talk about and a lot to figure out, so.
Alright, so I just came back from looking for the idol with quite literally everybody. And I know that we said that we lost the clue. We didn't lose the clue. And I know I put a lot of shit up my ass, but this thing has literally been in my ass for like 4 hours now, like riding up in there. So I'm currently the only person with the actual idol clue, and nobody else knows. And I don't think anybody really has an inkling, because I kept saying that I don't have it and showing my pockets, but nobody else kind of like batted an eye. So as of right now, I'm the only person with the true information in the game.
I'm headed back out to the RPAC and the field area with the real clue. About to go see if I can make some magic happen and find this idol now that nobody else is looking, because this would be the most optimal time to do it.
I went back and began looking for the idol again. And using my clue now that I could actually look at and wasn't picking up sweat in my butt crack, I was able to get a good look. And I looked at every single step at least 3 or 4 different times. And I looked and I looked and I looked, and it was 5 a.m. and my flashlight was going dim. And then it happened. And out of the corner of my eye, right as I'm about to go back, I look down and I see a little red buff kind of thing sticking up, and I go, that's really dumb. Who left their buff while we were all looking? I like, you know, whatever. And I was just about to get up, and then I think to myself, come on, Richard, there's no way somebody left their buff. Also, it looked like it was in a plastic bag, and so I grab it real quick and put it in my pants, and I go run. And I go and I look, and lo and behold, inside of this little baby happened to be the wonderful hidden immunity idol. I don't think I've jumped higher in my life than when I found this. Like it was up there. Like this bad boy is gonna bring me somewhere far, and I just oh man.
Yeah, last night was actually insane.
Yeah, I figured that getting the idol clue would spark some craziness. I did not think it would be tribal craziness 10 seconds after tribal let out. But here we are.
Yeah, so I think like the biggest thing last night is Zane. Like he just was throwing bombs like every which way, and I think one of the biggest ones, and one of the reasons I wanted to meet with you is because he was throwing my name under the bus, saying that I had thrown your name out first, when in reality it was him.
Yeah, no, I totally.
So
he's definitely a snake, and he's definitely trying to pit us two and everyone else against each other. So it doesn't surprise me that he's saying that you threw my name out, and I get it that my name got brought up.
Yeah.
At the same time, past is past.
Right.
We are today, and
right. Here we are.
Here we are. We didn't lose the first challenge. We lost this one.
Yeah. The first challenge doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore, ever.
Yeah. Zane's just stirring the pot.
Yeah.
But what I think my immediate thought when you brought this conversation to my attention is, all right, someone had to tell him about the meeting. It had to be Tanner. I don't know if this is true. Like, it could have been anyone, but I'm really, really confident that it was Tanner. Just based on the fact that we had met earlier and they seemed pretty solid with each other. But going into tribal, our thoughts are obviously we want Zane gone. Yeah. At least I do, and I think. All right, I think there's at least a consensus among us.
Yeah.
But I've gotten similar feedback from last night. Like, should he get an idol? I think we need to be prepared to split the vote, between Zane and Tanner. Yeah. Now, I don't want to vote Tanner out, but I don't want myself to. Right. So, I think the next step is to one of us or both of us reach out to Tanner to see if we can
I'm definitely gonna
make
try
him
to
just get him either on our side or just to understand it, understand that he's options. If he doesn't come with us, he might be gone.
Right. Just make him fully aware that he's put himself in a poor situation.
Of our plan as of now, for tribal, we vote out Zane. Is that the plan? What's the plan?
I think we're thinking this week. If it is, again, if you're comfortable with that.
So here's our strategy is, as of now, Zane's an easy vote with this. He wants him to be gone. So it'd be us three, Zane, Tanner's in, Max is in. So that leaves majority.
That's a way majority. And the thing Aaron even said to me, Aaron said to me last night, she put me inside and said, yeah, I want to work with you and Aaron and
Wait, Aaron, what did you say?
yeah, she will be all looking around. Okay. So I feel like she would definitely swing on this. She's not going to be bitter or anything. If she's still in the game, she's not going to
I still think that after tribal, I'll be the first one to go make amends and be look, okay, so it can go two ways. It can go either, if we're confident in the 5, I could vote with them to make Aaron think that I was blindsided too. And make, to kind of make it more of I don't know, we could do that, or we could just do where we all vote normally, and then I go make amends with Aaron and be look, this is what happened, this is why it happened, everyone still wants to work with you. So then the other part of that is...
What if Morgan has the immunity idol?
She's paranoid. So, Erin's paranoid? Morgan is, because she knows that Zane wants her out, and she knows that Zane's been trying to meet with all of us. So when I talk to Zane, what I'm going to do, I'm meeting with them later tonight, and I'm going to tell Morgan that Zane is off her back, and Zane wants Max now.
Because he lost the clue.
So she'll think that Zane's pushing for Max, but she'll also, as of now, everyone, else is saying that we're voting for Zane because that's what she wants.
Okay.
But we're all going to vote for her.
Okay.
It's a lot. Yeah, so if I meet with her, I'll tell her that I'm voting for Zane. Yes.
Correct.
And that everyone you've talked to is on the same page.
is voting for Zane. But we're actually going to vote for her.
Yes.
Because Zane is dead set on getting Morgan out. Because, you know, he's always got to have someone. So, with him on our side, if we could keep Max, Tanner, me, Richard, Zandy, Zane. That's 6. We could get Morgan out. And I feel really bad about it because I know she trusts me and I know that she really loves the game, but I think this could be her only chance.
I currently perceive the number one threat in the group to be Morgan.
I think you're right about her being the biggest threat.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think, like, my view on it is that if we're gonna have the numbers to get her out, now's gonna be the time to do it, because the farther we get in this game, the harder it's gonna be.
Morgan knows that I'm angry with her and that I'm trying to go after her, but I tried to shift some of that and pretend that I'm angry with Max for he lost the clue for the idol. He says he claims that he lost it. I trust him on that, but at the same time, I'm like, dude, how do you lose that? And second off, how do you not take a picture of it?
She's the type of player that just like can't make the merge, I feel.
And the thing that makes me nervous is, so I come into the game, I was like didn't have much experience with Survivor, so I didn't know about the tribal swap at all, and that's what makes me really nervous.
And if you want to be like I'm gonna talk to Max, say, if you want to make it sound like a tribal council, you're coming after Max, then that's fine too. Because it makes it sound like we're coming after you and you're coming after Max and no one's coming after her, because that's what it'll seem like.
What I could do is they want to meet with me now. Morgan and Aaron do. Mm-hmm. So I can say that I was somehow able to persuade you away from her and back to Max.
You can tell Morgan that I think I'm calling BS on Max losing the clue, and I think he still has the clue, and that he's just trying to like isolate and find the idol for himself because he understands that the whole group, or me especially, want him out.
She could buy that.
Yeah, that's a good lie.
Honestly, she doesn't even have to buy it completely, just enough for her to not be as nervous about it and not be as frantic.
Probably gonna vote Zane. I'm gonna vote Zane. Not gonna lie. I think there's a consensus that we want him gone. We just don't know what's the best way to do it, because there is we have the clue. Yeah. Or words of the clue in our head.
We were all over there.
We were all over there last night.
He was like the only one we didn't have eyes on, so.
But I think Tanner had eyes on him. Tanner. From your conversation with him.
Zane's kind of bringing the vibe of our tribe down a little bit. He just like says things and does things in a certain way that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I don't know, he's just like really aggressive about everything already. So I think that's gonna be what sends him home. Obviously he's a great person, our whole tribe is filled with great people, but I don't know. I feel like if he leaves, our tribes could just mesh a ton better.
Yeah, we were thinking like maybe splitting a vote. Maybe we'll split the vote.
But I like Tanner, so
I don't want to attack Tanner because I really like him.
I like him. It just like sketches me out that he's always with Zane, but like he could just, I don't know.
He's very like
he probably knows that Zane's a target, so maybe he's like shielding himself behind Zane or something. I like Tanner though, and I don't want to vote for him, but I feel like our best bet is splitting. Yeah, 3 on Tanner, 3 on Zane.
Zane's throwing my name around, trying to get me out. Definitely saw this coming, didn't see it coming this fast. He's trying to get everyone against me and spouting a bunch of lies about me trying to pit him and Max against each other, which is just not true. So I've done my best to get people on my side, and I think it's going okay. Like, I just don't know how to feel. Like, I'm very paranoid, I think, just because I'm nervous and I don't want to leave. And I don't want my name written down. I know it's gonna be, but I don't want it to. So I'm just preparing for the worst, unfortunately. But I don't know.
It sucks though, because I do think that looking at the guys, Tanner is one of the better as far as challenges we go to. Like,
He'd be a good person. He's a good team player.
Yeah.
So I really don't want him to go.
Yeah.
I don't. But if that's the only way we that's the only way we can get Zane out. It's true.
Well, I talked to Cam and Zandy today. Okay. Which, yeah, I told you yesterday, right? So they told me that they're like, so what? Or wait, hold up. What's this down here?
That's a second scenario if we somehow want to get out Morgan.
Okay. So that's where I'm at right now. So the girls, as in Cam and Zandy, are good for Morgan.
Are they?
Yep. Get on board with that.
I really want Zane to be gone this week instead of Morgan. Richard is really pushing for Morgan to be voted out this week, which I get because we have a lot of people right now, and if we don't get Zane out, we can use Zane as a vote for Morgan because Zane is really targeting Morgan right now. And at the end of the day, for me, it doesn't make a bit of a difference as long as it's not my torch going out at the end of the tribal council.
I would say right now, we talked today and everybody's game to vote because here's the thing, we said, Zane's going to be an easy vote next time.
That's true.
Morgan's going to be a tougher vote the further she makes it in the game, and the longer she has to look for the idol, the more likely she's going to find it, especially if like she remembers for some reason more than we do about the clue, which is like crappy, but still.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell a single soul about this because it's dumb to tell somebody that you have the hidden immunity idol. I don't feel comfortable telling. I don't think that anybody is 100% with me right now, and so for that reason, I'm not going to tell them.
Basically, Morgan is framing you as like a, I'm not sure what the right word is, but like sketchy, like super sketchy. She thinks you're super sketchy because she thinks you're super close with Zane.
I think it's funny that she brings that up, though, as me being sketchy after she's the one who's going around telling people to throw challenges.
No, was she actually saying that?
That's what Richard told me, and he said, and he heard that from Zandy, and Zandy said that she heard that from Morgan. So I'm just going based on that.
Okay. Tanner is in a bit of a doghouse with this tribe because him going off with Zane last night to find the idol for several hours, not telling any of the other people in the tribe besides myself and Richard about what he was doing, makes him look super sketchy to the rest of them. And I know for a fact that Morgan and Cam and Aaron are all super sketched out by him right now. The main reason why I wanted to meet with you one-on-one is in this conversation that I had with Morgan yesterday. She told me what she's got cracked up in her head as the vote plan, which is splitting the votes between you and Zane.
I kind of had a feeling that was coming.
So she wants to split it 3-3 between you and Zane in case Zane has an idol.
So you're just letting me know that my name might come up at tribal?
Well, I'm letting you know what Richard and I are going to try to finesse doing. We're going to try to get your name to not be written down at all.
Hey, I appreciate it. I don't want to see my name on any parchment anytime soon, so I appreciate that.
Heard that my name is getting thrown around this split vote thing.
It's the truth. Yeah,
No, I believe
that.
it.
I literally heard that
believe it.
last night.
Listen, is there like any way we could just put like 2 votes on Aaron?
No way, dude.
Please.
Okay,
Dude,
why?
I'm just worried. Like, what if she has the idol?
If she has the idol, then Zane goes home.
How do
They're
we
gunning
know,
for
though?
Zane,
But
not
what,
you.
What if they vote for me? My name's getting thrown around.
I see what you're saying. Like Morgan and Aaron could pick any two,
They
or
would.
anyone to put 2 votes
I just
on.
feel like if we have 6 people, why not? Because
But
let's
why
say
fuck it up? Because what if somebody?
because if I go home,
no,
then
you're
you
not
guys.
no,
because
it's not
no,
good
but
for
then,
our game.
no,
if you
because
go home.
yeah, exactly. So then imagine if
I
I,
think
went
you're thinking
home. Morgan and Aaron would still be in the game. They know that you guys don't trust him, and Zane would just be a loose cannon, freaking out because he got votes cast against him.
I mean,
it just wouldn't like. I just. What? Like, just 2 votes. That's all, like, just 2 votes on Aaron. Just, like, that's all.
I just don't think any of them get it. Like, I don't know if they think I don't trust them, because I do trust them. I don't trust the people who are telling them what they're gonna do. That's the part that scares me, and that's why it doesn't make any sense to not split the votes, like, just because you never know what these people are pulling, especially someone like Morgan, who definitely knows more about the game than she's letting on.
Alright, so how is everyone feeling going in? It's really I feel like it's kind of like, unless he has the idol, which I really don't think he does, I think we're fine. He being Zane. Yeah. He being Zane. He shall not be named. I feel like he seems like really confident, which is honestly good for us. Because I feel like even if he has the idol, I don't think he's going to use it.
I don't even know that he knows what he's looking for.
Yeah.
Like, truly, if he was looking by himself, I don't think he would know.
Because based on like talking to you guys and like you talking with Zane and Tanner, I feel confident that he doesn't have an idol.
I feel pretty confident that
I would rather avoid writing Tanner's name down and just all of us vote for Zane.
Yeah, I really.
Which is better for like us, our relationship with Tanner, as well as just like we all want him wrong. Like, why not just do it?
So we are all voting for Zane.
I'm voting for Zane. I can guarantee that.
I think we're all good.
I think we're voting.
He's the only one gunning for me.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm placing my vote towards Zane. I think I made that pretty obvious throughout the week. I think that he'll have 6 votes towards him. Me, Cam, Zandy, Richard, Max, and Morgan.
Yeah. I wish we knew who they were voting for. Because then we could like low-key make it seem like you're with them. Yeah. You know? But then that gives you an opportunity to go and like see where their conversation's going and maybe play off of it. Yeah. They seem to be going more fast. Like, Zane seems to be going after Max, maybe play to that, or he's going after me, play to it. But he's solid with Zane. Yeah. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah. Right. Like, I mean, I think it's gonna go our way.
I think it will be. I think it will too. I don't like. I feel like
I'm confident going in. I wasn't yesterday, but like I feel a lot better.
I don't know if it was just me, but did Morgan seem way, way, way too confident at this meeting?
Yes, but I think that's genuine.
You think it's genuine?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's genuine or not.
I am. Okay, we can't overthink this because that's what's gonna backfire on us.
I'm just worried.
I think right now, I feel like if we decide now, like we have like 20 minutes to do this, so if we decide now that we do want to split the votes, like we have to be all in.
I think we should leave it. I think we should leave it too. I genuinely think that one, I don't think she has the idol. 2, I don't think she's gonna play tonight.
Okay.
I'm with Cam. I think we should stick with our plan.
Okay. She just seemed way too confident, and I just wanted to get your take on it. And,
yeah.
Okay.
She definitely was confident, but I think it's genuine.
Okay. She genuinely thinks that 6 people are writing down Zane, and 2 people are writing down her and me.
I mean, it is like the most logical vote, and we all know that. Like,
Right.
It's not that hard to believe. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, we can talk about it more.
It's out here. Right now, it's up to you. If you want us to do it, we can do it.
I mean, look, I don't want you guys to, like, start doubting me or something like that. It's she just came off as way too confident for my liking. I mean, if I was in her shoes, I feel like I would just be way more nervous than she acted. Even if she thinks she had...
I think I think she's confident though because like she's very that we're all on her side.
Okay.
She was acting super sketched like 2 days ago, but like after talking to me and Aaron and then talking to everyone, I think that's why she was confident. Like she was just feeling a lot better about it. I think.
Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll put our votes all on Morgan then.
All right, all right, we're all good.
Yep. All right. I just wanted to talk it through.
Yeah. No.
If you ever get stuck in through, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll see y'all in a bit then.
Yep. See you in like an hour.
Bye.
Alright. Bye.
I mean, if you want us, I just want you to know that if at any point during tribal council you want to split the votes, just let me know. Give me a signal or something.
All right, what do you want the signal?
I don't know, maybe just like a 1, 2, 3 on the ear, depending on whatever side I'm sitting on of you. It's your choice if you want to do it. If you want to do it, just
right. But I'm also not going to be like staring at you the whole time.
I know,
so.
yeah. I'll make sure I look over at you occasionally, and if we make eye contact, like, just let me know.
Okay.
Whatever
3 taps on the ear.
3 taps on the ear, whatever.
And then we'll both vote for Zane.
Zane? Okay. Yeah,
I think that's the easiest way to do it, because then we can just pin it on Cam and Zandy.
Exactly. Yeah, easy.
We have just made the cutoff.
Yeah, 6:50. All right, we're keeping track. We're good.
Tonight is our first tribal council. In 55 minutes, we will be casting our votes.
I feel bad lying about it. I feel awful.
Tanner and I had this 3 tap on the ear signal that if for some reason the discussion of tribal council, one of our names keep getting brought up and brought up and brought up, then I'm going to switch my vote.
If Max gives me that signal, he gives me 3 taps on the ear, then my vote's going to Zane.
Hopefully Max hasn't been swayed into believing that Morgan is actually, in alliance with him.
He's dangerous, he's unpredictable, he's very aggressive, he's playing very hard.
Kind of nervous, kind of excited. It's gonna be weird seeing what it's like.
I don't know what else to say. Like, the survivor game part, not the greatest. So hopefully I don't see you again in the game, but add them to the breaks.
Come on, guys. Welcome to your first tribal council for the Aquila tribe. Each of you has a torch that has been lit now. As you know, in this game, fire represents your life. When your fire is gone, so are you. All right, blow them out now. Go quick, fast. All right, guys, welcome to your first tribal council, the second of this season. I want to start off with more just a reflection of what's happened so far. Aaron, I want to start with you. So we're almost 2 weeks into this game. So just to kind of kick things off, how have the first couple of weeks been for you? I mean, this is day 12, and we're starting to kind of get into it now. How's it been?
I mean, my favorite part of it is just been meeting everyone, getting to know everyone, and I feel like I've had the chance to talk to everyone on our tribe. And I feel like we all work together really well. So everything's been good so far.
So Cam, kind of talk to me about how you feel you guys work together, because this, like I said, was your first opportunity to see how you guys really communicate as a tribe and work as a tribe.
I didn't think we did necessarily anything really poorly. I just think we were caught off guard and we didn't react quick enough. But I think more than anything, it's like a learning curve for us. We just kind of know that next time we need to think through more strategies and be able to react quicker.
So Zandy, you weren't part of that learning curve. You missed the challenge on Monday. Talk to me about how it feels to not only miss the challenge, but then not have the opportunity to, maybe change what could have happened, and now you kind of left your fate out of your hands going into this tribal.
Sad. No, I really wish I had been there. Yeah. Not great. Feels not great. I don't know. Not ideal.
So a big twist in this challenge, obviously, was before I announced that if you wanted to, you could drop out and get an idol clue. Max, you took this, you dropped out of the challenge first before anybody else did for the idol clue on both tribes, and then you subsequently shared it with the tribe. Talk to me about your decision to A, drop out, and then B, share it with your tribe after.
It wasn't necessarily the plan for me to be the first one on the team to drop out. We were just kind of see how that went on. As we didn't necessarily think the challenge was only going to last like a minute and a half or whatever, but we definitely planned on me dropping out at some point to get that. Because I knew after a certain point of doing that more and more that I was going to tire out because I don't have as much stamina as these guys. And so I knew that I didn't want to hold the team back. So I figured if I'm going to drop out, I'm going to get something from it. So we all decided that I was going to get that.
Okay. So now, Richard, describe to me what the rest of that night looked like after everybody was read and clued by Max.
Yeah, so after the clues read, I think everybody went off for like 3 minutes, all pretty calm, and then it was just pandemonium. And everybody was
from the discussions we had throughout the week, it's kind of been, I'm not sure what word I'm looking for, but like, not glazed over, but like, it's in the past type thing. So, I mean, basically, go ahead.
Basically, what happened, I'm just gonna throw names out now. Zane was coming after me. Like, I believe he said that I was throwing Max's name out and his name out, trying to pit the two of them together, like some sort of mega mastermind. So my main concern this week was moving things up with Max and sort of figuring that thing out.
So now Zane, I'm going to give you a turn if you want.
While we were searching for the idol, I told him that I had mentioned his name as someone who should be considered to be voted out. So, you know, I'm an honest person. I told Max that night that I had mentioned his name. So I don't think at all I was spreading rumors. I think I was honest with the person, and I told him when I mentioned it and why I mentioned it. And I'm pretty sure we squared away our differences that night.
Yeah, but that's not the full truth. Because you also told me that Morgan was the first person to bring up my name. So, I mean, if you're going to say something, say it.
I don't believe I mentioned the name first.
You did.
That's their opinion.
All right.
That.
It was a conversation between us two, and I was present.
Opinions don't matter in this game, perceptions do.
I'm pretty sure I discussed it with Tanner and Morgan the first Tuesday, and I mentioned going forward in other tribal councils that should be considered. I anticipated us winning that second challenge, and that's all I had to say.
Okay. So Max and Morgan, you both had a little bit to comment on that. You want to comment any further, or you can leave it where it is?
I mean, I know what he told me, and it was a one-on-one. He ran into me as I was looking for the idol. So, I mean, it's my word versus his word. There's video evidence to back it up.
And I mean, it's your word against his, but it's also my word against his. And I know what he told me, so if he wants to defend himself, that's his right. But I know what he told me, and I'm sticking with it. So.
I do also want to mention they had a meeting at the union, so we don't know if she had mentioned it there at that meeting. And then later on in the meeting she had with me and Tanner, then I mentioned it.
Would anybody else like to clarify? No? You stay out of it? So, to kind of reel it back in a little bit, Richard, going to you, for this vote, you know, early on, you can take out somebody who's a presumed liability to your tribe and keep the tribe stronger, or you can potentially go after what is to be presumed a threat and maybe make your tribe a little bit weaker, but make your game possibly easier going forward. How do you balance those two options and weigh out, what could be the consequences?
People who are playing strong and people who are possibly could be presumed as a detriment to the tribe kind of go hand in hand at this point. I think as we go further in the game, threats actually do start to emerge, but I think this early in the game, you can't really be throwing names out because you think that they're threatening, because that makes you threatening. So as of right now, I feel like majority goes on who is the strongest voice in the room, and whether or not that's a good thing at this point in the game is to be seen.
All right, Pam, I want to end with you. So after tonight, you guys are down to 7 members of each tribe. Other tribe has 7 too. We're back. What do the 7 people that make it through tonight need to do to avoid coming back here next week?
I think we need to take a day off. First of all, literally, probably not talk to each other for like a day. And then, we'll go through the weekend. I think we do need to communicate. We just need to go into this next challenge with an open mind, knowing that anything can change at the drop of a hat. And I think we learned our lesson. So I feel confident that whoever is left after tonight will be ready to go on Sunday, and we'll know what we need to do.
Well, anybody else has anything they want to add, feel free now. Otherwise, it's time to vote. You guys good? Okay, it's now time to vote. Zane, you're first up. Go ahead.
It should be Max too, but I can only vote one person at a time.
I will give play it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Morgan. Zane. It's 1 vote Morgan, 1 vote Zane. Zane. Morgan. Tied, 2 votes Morgan, 2 votes Zane. Morgan. Morgan. 4 votes Morgan, 2 votes Zane, 2 votes Zane. The second person voted out. Morgan, that's 5, that's enough. Morgan, try to swim. Well, like I said at the end of tribal, you guys are back to even 7-7 square one. Cam said you guys should take a day off. I was contestant, and I'll have to come back
today. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
So I am like speechless. I really did not think that I would be going tonight. I felt strong with who I was working for, but I was betrayed 100%. Someone voted with me, but I don't know who. I just don't know what to say right now. I was really banking on Zane going home. Good for them for pulling this off, because they got me. Hopefully it was because I was seen as a threat. I think my personality definitely got the best of me, but no hard feelings. I wish them the best. Definitely rooting for Aaron or Cam. Well, I'm like a huge fan of Survivor, like since I was a little kid. So like to be in an organization like this was very cool, and I'm like very grateful for the opportunity. Playing in the challenges, even though I only got to do 2, it was fun and exciting, and I really did put a lot of myself into it. So.
Next time on Survivor. Aaron deals with the fallout of being left out of the last vote.
Yeah. And I didn't want to, like, again, I didn't, like, no one wanted to single you out. It was just, like, we didn't know your relationship with her.
No. And a tense immunity challenge sends both tribes into a complete frenzy.
Immunity is officially back up for grabs. Survivors ready? Go!